Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie Fonseca, and today we have the third and final Halloween look. Now, this is a voiceover because my audio decided to get cut out, but I'm not going to show you the look in the first 5 seconds of the video. You know the deal. So if you want to see a rendition of last year's half glam, half school look, then just keep watching. Okay, so today I already have a partial face on, so I'm gonna go into my Bioderma micellar water. Now, the good thing about this is I don't have to wash my face later. So we're just gonna go ahead and take some on the cotton round and remove only the bottom half of my face. This is because we're going to have the bottom half as a skull and the top half basically ripping into a glam look, as if half of my face got ripped off. But let's go ahead and put my hair up and finally stop talking and get into this look. Let's get this look started. So you're gonna start off by feeling out where your jawbone is. This is because we're going to follow this line to create our skull look. Now, like in my previous videos, these are my inspiration for this look today. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I had my phone open the whole entire time and I was checking these so that I could make it as coherent and similar to these looks. So I suggest doing the same exact thing, especially if you're just now beginning with it, and have fun with it. Also, keep that micellar water and the cotton round handy just in case you have a little slip up. You can always go back to it. Here I'm just feeling my jaw out, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So it's about to get real. Now I got my Morphe Hit the Lights palette, and we're going to get a thin synthetic brush simply because that's gonna be the best for packing in and shading. We're gonna go ahead and now shade in our jaw mandible area where the teeth are later going to come in. Also, here you're gonna see that I started off with brown for shading, but honestly for this look you can go straight into the black because we're trying to create as much dimension, because this is going to seem like where your teeth come out of, and we're gonna have a shading moment later in the video and you're gonna notice that it's gonna completely go sideways. So that's what I mean with a lot of this is just trial and error. So don't get upset with it. Just breathe. Everything can be recovered. It looks really ugly at first. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But then it somewhat starts looking cute towards the end, but like the very end. So yeah. Okay, so here is one of my regrettable moments, but then I kind of like saved it later because this location is going to be where we're going to put our latex for the skin ripping off. But now I'm gonna go in with that same eyeliner pencil and outline the kind of nose crevice in the skull. Now here we're gonna go ahead and take a small brush, go into the black eyeshadow and fill in the nose crevice. I don't really know what it's called, but yeah, we're gonna call it nose crevice for this video. And honestly, don't worry about it. Again, that makeup wipe or the cotton round is going to help you so much. So I go back into the big brush and it was a mistake, because I then had to go ahead and just clean it up. So I'm just basically spoiling the next couple of minutes. Okay, remember that moment that I said I started to shade with color and I regretted it? That's the moment right here. I was thinking about going in with pink, orange, yellow, but then as you're gonna see within the next couple of moments in the video, I decided to go yellow, orange, pink. So yeah, this you can completely scratch, but we're gonna go ahead and skip into the moment where you're gonna get a fluffy brush and blend all of that out. Honestly, you can skip the colors part, but use this moment in blending everything out because you want to really blend out that black so that it looks seamless into the teeth that we're later going to draw in. Okay, so here we're going to take 3 liner brushes. Now, one of them is actually a lip brush, and I liked that better than everything else to go ahead and put this Suva liner on. Now, these are water activated liners. You're going to add water to the liner and then emulsify it, which is just like mix it up so that it creates this paste liner that you're just going to brush onto your face. And you can see me mixing that up right now. Now press the sides of the brush just to make sure that you get the best lines and it doesn't bleed, and then go right at it. I found that the dragging motion is the best, and then the good thing about this is you can always go over it just to make sure that it doesn't look as streaky. And then, as always, I'm gonna say it again and again, don't forget to do the same thing on the other side. Now with a second brush, we're gonna do the same thing with the orange. Now, later, you're gonna see that I'm going to kind of mix both of the yellow and orange to kind of get the best transition and blending. And what I really like to do is I like flicking the brush because it gets me the best blend in between both colors. Now after doing that to the other side, we're gonna go into the pink with a third brush. Make sure they're 3 separate brushes. And then we're going to fill this in with the pink Suva liner. Now, like I said before, I am going in with the Suva Hydra Effects liners. The yellow is Dance Party, the orange is Acid Trip, and the pink is Scrunchie. Okay, so we're gonna get another synthetic brush and we're going to go into a neon yellow shade. Now, I'm using the Morphe Hit the Lights palette, but you can honestly get any neon yellow shade, and you're going to pat and kind of blend this in because you're trying to blend in the liner to the black shading that we already did. So you can just pack and blend. Now get a blending brush and blend that yellow into the black where the teeth are gonna come out of. So we're gonna go in with a baby liner brush and you're gonna go into the yellow liner and you're going to connect the mandible to the rest of the skull. I'm just getting rid of my baby hairs here so that I don't mess up the look, but you can go over this liner as many times as you feel necessary to intensify the color. Now we're gonna go in with the Bada Black base by P. Louise, and you are going to be so generous with this, and I use the back of my hand, and you're going to get a really, really thin liner brush. Make sure it's thin because this is the horizontal line that we're going to make for our teeth. Also, don't worry too much because if you do make any mistakes with this black liner, you can always go back in with the Hydra FX liner and fix whatever you need to fix. That's also something that I really like about the Hydra FX is you have that ability to really cover up any of your mistakes. Now for this lip part, you're gonna use kind of that technique of when you're putting on lipstick, but you're going to be very careful and just make sure that you only put it to the inside of your lips to really enhance that line and make sure that it's really crisp and not so blotchy. Now, this is the part that I told you that it's all trial and error. I started off with a thin liner brush, but that really didn't work out. So I'm now going into the NYX eyeliner, and this is their super thin eyeliner, which was amazing for making those lines, and it didn't dry out at all. So 10 out of 10, do recommend that. Now, grabbing a small liner brush, we're gonna go ahead and tap into the black eyeshadow in the palette, whichever palette you choose. And we're going to kind of just fill in the gaps of the teeth to make it look a whole lot more realistic. Now with that same baby liner brush, we are going to go in with whatever residue we have of that black liner, and we are going to basically drag out those lines that we made with the eyeliner. This is supposed to make it look like the roots of the teeth and the outlines of them going into our skull. Now remember those brushes that we used for the Suva FX liner? Well, we're gonna go right back into them. Make sure that you just kind of flick it up, the same thing we did when we were blending out the orange into the yellow, so that it kind of looks like the root of the tooth. Okay, so once we are done with the teeth detailing, we're going to take one of those beauty sponges that you get from the dollar store and the liquid latex, and we are going to outline where we're going to later put in the cotton that we're gonna pick from like a cotton round, and this will later serve as the look for the skin peeling off. Okay, this is the moment that it could turn into complete crap because I decided to put the liquid latex bottle directly on my face. Now, I'm just gonna give you a forewarning. It's not the best way, but it is effective. But don't freak out if any of the liquid latex just drips on the rest of your face, just like it did right there, because the liquid latex dries down clear, which is the positive, and it doesn't really mess with any of the FX liner that we already did. So you're gonna go ahead and just put the liquid latex directly onto the cotton, and then after this, I'm already gonna go into it. You're going to take your finger, put some liquid latex on there, and just make sure that that cotton is completely drenched in the liquid latex, because after that dries, that is going to be the perfect base to make it look like your skin is really getting ripped off. And once you have all of that liquid latex done, you have to let it set and you'll need to let it dry. So we're gonna go on to our eyes. So remember how we're doing yellow, orange, pink? Well, the eyes are going to be the opposite. So they're going to be pink, orange, yellow. Yellow is gonna be in the middle and the pink is gonna be on the outside, which is the opposite of what we have on the teeth. So we're gonna go ahead and do a basic liner. Now the yellow is going to go into the orange, and then we're going to flick the liner out with the pink. With this, you can use the same exact brush for all three colors. Now we're gonna go into the pink, and the good thing about the Hydra FX liner is that you can always go in with another liner brush, wet it with some water, and clean up the liner. And it just comes off like a breeze, and you can sharpen that liner to make it look oh so beautiful. Okay, now this next part is where I'm gonna allow my too much gene to set in. And if you watched my last Euphoria look, you're gonna know exactly what I'm doing right here, and I'm just adding Swarovski crystals. I'm gonna link that right above me right now so that you guys can see how I went ahead and did it. But I go in with eyelash glue and then I just dot it where I want it, and then I go back in with a tweezer and the Swarovski crystal, and then I just set it to where I have the eyelash glue. Okay, here's where I'm gonna be extra again, and we're going into the Lemonhead LA Space Paste, and this is in the shade Phantom, and you're just gonna set this all over your eyelid. Oh, and you thought that was enough glitter and sparkle? No, we're gonna go into the JD Glow and we're gonna go and set this beautiful iridescent glitter all over the eye once again. And because the Space Paste is kind of like a glitter glue, it's going to be that much shinier. So I went ahead and put some lashes and outlined the nose crevice and gave it a couple of little dots. And now we're gonna go into concealer. This concealer is going to be put on every single location that we have the liquid latex. Once you set the concealer on the liquid latex, you're going to take one of those dollar store beauty sponges and you're going to blend that out. Okay, now remember that moment that I said that it was kind of regrettable, but we're gonna save it? So we're gonna go back into our palette with a red kind of blood-like color. This we're going to put underneath every single location that the liquid latex meets our face, because this is going to give a little bit more of an illusion when we put the fake blood. Now you want to make sure you take this all the way up. This, even though it's a small step, it definitely defines the look. And guys, now we are in the final stretch and here we go, fake blood. I got this at Party City and it was the cheapest fake blood. So it did, it did stain my face, but you know what? It's the price you pay for the look. Now, this fake blood is kind of gel-like, and you're going to put this everywhere where the skin and the skull part is, so that it looks like the skin was peeled back. I know that's gory and into a lot of detail, but yeah. With all of the blood finishing touches done and set, that is our look. I'm gonna take down our hair, and there's something wrong with the camera, 1 second. Yeah, there was really nothing wrong with the camera. It was just a montage, and I hope I didn't scare you guys too much. But with all of that, I hope this look was easy enough for you guys to follow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so that you're notified of all of my upcoming videos. We have sports videos on Wednesdays, and you know, I try to make these videos on Friday, but we're gonna get them when we get them. So with all that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.